The board game diner is haunted today. Ooh, welcome. Have a seat. You may never leave. Even though the place is dark and spooky, we're still serving up a full menu of fun of the cardboard variety. I'm John Fliss, and I'll be your server today. Since it's the spooky season, and I'm always serving you a selection of welcoming games, fun, accessible, easy to learn games that everyone can enjoy, today's selection will be thematic, atmospheric, and perfectly fit to the time around Halloween. So I'm serving up spooky games. Come on, gang, let's all head to the old haunted house in town and go exploring on a Friday night. I mean, what could go wrong? Try a little bit of Betrayal at House on the Hill. A game for 3 to 6 players that could last an hour or more or less. You'll see why. Everyone will choose an explorer, like good old Ox Bellows here, or little Zoe Ingstrom. You get a certain amount of sanity, speed, might, and knowledge to start with, and your adventures of the game will modify those. You all start exploring the haunted house, discovering rooms, experiencing events, finding items, and witnessing omens. All these things may hurt you, lowering some of your attributes, or they could help you and increase them. You keep exploring, finding stuff and changing attributes until the haunt starts. Every time you draw an omen card, you have to do a haunt roll. When your roll is less than the omen cards all players have drawn, the haunt triggers. There are 50 haunts included in the game, and who triggers the haunt and in what room helps randomly select which haunt you get. Players then may be split up and get different rules. They may all have to work together to save each other. There could be werewolves, spiders, statues come alive. Who knows? And that's why I can't really recommend running out and buying this game. It's an interesting experience and one you should try given the chance. You may even really like it. There's tons who do, but the biggest complaint is how hit and miss it is, and the new rules for the haunts can be a mess. I've had plays where the player who wound up being the bad guy never even had a chance because the heroes just accidentally had everything they needed to win right away. He never even got a turn. Sorry, Travis. But I can't not recommend it either. I still enjoyed most of my plays of this, but you have to know that going in, that it could be a mess and it could fall flat. But even with that caveat, if you asked, you want to play this with me right now? I'd happily jump in. Betrayal at House on the Hill. This next game closes in on you, making you feel claustrophobic and frightened. Light up the candles because that's all the light you'll get when you're trapped in the Night Cage. The Night Cage is a cooperative game for 1 to 5 players that will take about an hour to play. All the players find themselves trapped in a pitch-black labyrinth with only a candle to light the way. They must search through the ever-changing maze to find keys and make their way to the exit while avoiding monsters. Each player has a candle navigating this mysterious grid. The candle lights 1 tile away from them, allowing them to see the surrounding paths. But when you move away and the light no longer reaches that space, it disappears, lost forever. If you come back, you'll find a new path in its place. When you have encounters with the wax eaters and other horrific monsters lurking in the dark, or fall deeper into the dark pit, your candle may be extinguished, and then you only see the tile you're on. Nothing more, until a friend comes to the rescue and lights your candle with theirs. The only way to win is for everyone to find a key and make it to a gate tile. But everyone loses if any of these conditions are met. If all 4 gate tiles are lost to the darkness, the players each can't get a key, or if they all get separated by darkness, because once you run out of tiles, after every turn, another tile comes off the board, a phase called Final Flickers. I said at the beginning to bring out the candles. You honestly should play this one by candlelight. It's an easy way to get even more enveloped in the theme. And the bare, gritty black and white artwork is amazing to me. The mystery and despair found in these simple tiles really makes you feel lost in the game. And I didn't even mention the arrival of this frightening creature that eats like a third of the board. The Night Cage is a big win for me. This next game, while horror-themed, is not really terror-inducing, but it does kick the fun meter up to 11. Get a look at Horrified. Horrified is another cooperative game for 1 to 5 players. The version I'm showing here is the original with the classic universal horror monsters like Wolfman, the Mummy, Frankenstein, and Dracula. There's an American Monsters out too, and a Greek mythological one on the way. Players pick their characters who each come with a special ability. Then you choose which monsters you want to battle with. You can raise the stakes by adding more monsters, and you can choose any combination you like. Note, the minis come as one solid color. I've painted mine. Each monster has a completely different way of being defeated. Dracula needs his coffin smashed, and then you drive a stake through his heart. The Mummy has to have his ancient mystery solved and then be sent back. Frankenstein's monster and the bride need to have their humanity restored and meet once again. Aww. You accomplish these tasks by running around town, protecting the villagers, and collecting items which you use to stop the monsters. I have loved this game from the moment I opened the box. The production was top-notch, beautiful. The minis really shine too. When you look at the details in the game, they really make it pop. The items you're picking up around the board are thematic for the tasks at hand. The artwork is great. I mean, look at that board. And the variety makes it so replayable. Also, the adjustable difficulty makes it so customizable. You want to have an easier, more pleasant game? Use 2 of the easier monsters. You want to sweat bullets and fight an uphill battle? Throw in 3 or 4. Highly recommend Horrified. In the episode on games found in your local store, I showed you Love Letter. Well, this one is a horror-themed version called Lovecraft Letter. You're exploring forbidden secrets and ancient magic while trying to retain a grip on your ebbing sanity. You win by being the last one standing or have the highest card at the end of the round. Just like the original Love Letter game, everyone gets 1 card, and on their turn they draw a second. You have to choose which of those cards you play. Each card has an action. The round continues until someone wins and they get a sanity token based on whether they've won sane or insane. Then you play another round and keep playing until a player has 2 sanity tokens or 3 insane tokens. I mentioned the insanity mechanism. What makes this game different is the insane cards. These have a second, more powerful action, but it comes with greater risk. In order to play one of those insane actions, you already have to have played an insane card and taken its regular action. Then your next card, such as this, can use the insane action. But here's the catch. Before your turn, for every insane card you have in front of you, you have to do a sanity check. You flip the top card of the deck. If it is a normal card, you're good to go. Continue with your turn. If it's an insane card, you lose your grip on reality and you are out of the game. The original Love Letter is a favorite of my family, and this one is too. We enjoy how this game kicks up the stakes and pushes the extremes. Games can end very quickly. If someone plays their cards right and gets to use the insane power on Cthulhu, they win the game right there and then. The production on this game, from the tokens to the cards and the neat leather-bound book-looking box, is top-notch and makes this a fun and tense game to play. Lovecraft Letter. The last game today is something different. It's a dexterity game that's quite flickin' challenging. Flick 'em Up Dead of Winter. This game can play 2 to 10, both competitively or cooperatively, and it's a mashup of 2 other games out there. Flick 'em Up, a cowboy-themed flicking game, and Dead of Winter, a big, sprawling zombie game of survival. You set up one of 10 scenarios in the base game. 5 are cooperative, 5 competitive, and you spend your time flicking around to move and to take out the zombies or each other with a variety of flicking weapon types. There are various objectives to reach and a time frame to do it in. The actions you take make different levels of noise, which attract the attention of zombies, a constantly flowing horde of zombies, from this zombie tower. I'm a fan of flicking and dexterity games. Many people I know are not. If you like crokinole or shuffleboard, or even kicking field goals on your table with a paper football, you may like this game. It's challenging and tense at times. They do a lot with the terrain and the different setups to create a variety of interesting challenges. And you could really get into it. I mean, one time we had a group of 40 to 50-year-old guys standing nervously around a table, watching me carefully flick a bullet at a zombie. I missed, and the zombie approached. Everyone held their breath. I shot again and knocked him off the table, and the room erupted in cheers. You can find that kind of energy in Flick 'em Up Dead of Winter. I hope you had a spook-tacular time going through that selection of games. Remember, it's only a very teeny tiny selection of spooky games out there. And before we wrap things up, I wanted to briefly touch on a couple of other games. Mysterium is a favorite of mine for this time of year. It's so thematic and atmospheric. You can find more about it in the first Board Game Diner episode on games similar to familiar classics. The Bloody Inn, about a murderous family running an inn in the French countryside, and Subterra, a cooperative game where a group of spelunkers trapped in a cave are trying to find their way out, will both be covered in another episode on my top 10 favorite games. Spoiler alert. Now let's go over the check from today. We were trapped in a haunted house in Betrayal House on the Hill, experienced candlelit claustrophobia in a never-ending maze in the Night Cage, saved the town from classic Universal horror monsters in Horrified, fought the great old ones and tried to keep our sanity in Lovecraft Letter, and lastly, we were flicking and fighting zombies with Flick 'em Up Dead of Winter. As usual at the diner, the server is the one who gives the tip. Today, it's mellowdice.org, and it's the perfect one to share with these games today. Mellowdice.org is a neat little site that provides crowdsourced soundtracks to games. You type in a game, and they have a YouTube playlist of songs that fit. It really adds to the atmosphere and enhances the experience. Explore the house on the hill with a spooky tense track, or battle those Universal monsters with actual soundtracks from their movies. Give it a try and see how it adds to your game night. That's mellowdice.org. Well, that's it for now. I hope you become a regular here at the Board Game Diner, but for now, it's time for me to ghost. Game on!